All right? Not to make excuses. There's some laws you can't keep right now. We know that. But there's a whole lot that you can. Yes, you can keep the Sabbath. Yes, on the 7th day of the week. From the 6th day of the week, which the heathen call Friday. Okay? From Friday sunset to the pagan or Roman Saturday sunset. Alright? We don't call it that. You have the 6th day and you have the 7th day, which is Shabbat. That's another lesson. Alright, so we know what righteousness is. Obeying the commandments. Alright, go get Deuteronomy chapter 4. Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 27. We're going to get some clarity on how we're to conduct ourselves in these last days. Are we to make excuses? You know, and Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 27, you're going to get a clear picture of these last days and the situation that we're in right now. No guessing, no Judges chapter 5 verse 11 where it has to be twisted and speculation and innuendos are given. You know, that's just a total twist of scripture. Let's get some concrete information. Go ahead and read it.
Verse 27. And Yahweh shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, whither Yahweh shall lead you.
Okay, so He will scatter us among the nations, and you will be left few in number among the heathen. Are we not minorities?
Yep.
Okay, so that fits us. Go ahead.
And there ye shall serve gods, the work of man's hands, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell.
And many of us have done that. Many of us came out of Christianity. Many of us came out of all these pagan practices. You know, worshiping idols, serving gods of wood and stone. Go ahead.
But if from thence thou shalt seek Yahweh thy mighty one, thou shalt find him.
From thence. It says, but if from thence thou shalt seek Yahweh thy mighty one. From where we're at. From here. Read that again.
But if from thence thou shalt seek Yahweh thy mighty one, thou shalt find him. If thou seek him with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
Okay, so if you seek the Most High with all your heart and all your soul, you're not looking to make excuses. You're all about being a doer. You're really gonna try and do the best you can to obey every word. You're not gonna make up excuses. Read on.
When thou art in tribulation.
Wait. When thou art in tribulation. Are we not in tribulation?
Yep.
Tribulation started in 70 AD, for those who don't know. And we've been catching hell ever since. You know? So it's not some other little time period that we're looking for. A lot of these, there's a lot of doctrines out there where, oh, the tribulation hasn't started yet. No, man, how much worse can it get? All you have to do is read history. We've been through hell. Alright? And we're still caught up in it. Read that again.
When thou art in tribulation, and all these things are come upon thee, even in the latter days.
Even in the latter days. Are we not in the latter days?
Yep.
Alright, so we're in tribulation. We're in the latter days. Go ahead.
If thou return to Yahweh thy mighty one, and shalt be obedient unto his voice.
If thou return to Yahweh thy mighty one, and be obedient to his voice. What does that mean? Does that mean make excuses? He speaks all throughout the Torah. You shall do this. You shall not do that. He speaks throughout the prophets. Okay? You got to obey the law and the prophets. Alright? Does he say make excuses? Does he say twist the scripture right here so you can get out of keeping this law? No. Read on.
For Yahweh thy mighty one is a merciful mighty one. He will not forsake thee, neither destroy thee, nor forget the covenant of thy fathers, which he swore unto them.
Okay? So he's not going to forsake you or destroy you or forget his covenant if you obey his voice. Now, if you do not obey his voice and you make excuses, or you follow those who claim to be teachers, who boast in being a Jew, or who boast in the Most High, but they say one thing and they don't practice another. You know, they talk out righteousness out of one side of their mouth, and then their actions show wickedness. If you follow people like that, or if you yourself are teaching these things, we just rehearsing the righteous acts, we don't, blah, blah, blah. That's an excuse, man. That's all you're trying to do, is get out of keeping the word of the Most High. That's all you're doing. You're destroying the law. And don't even come with, it's faith, brother, faith. No. You got to have some works with that faith. That's where your tests come in. You say you have faith, you say you're this and that. Okay, time to be tested. Alright? So you can see Deuteronomy chapter 4, verses 27 through 31 is a clear scenario. We don't have to guess or speculate and say that, well, this is talking about last days over, take words and twist it. We got a clear understanding here. We've been told the land of our captors were few amongst the heathen, were minorities, going through tribulation, and in the latter days. But it said, seek Yahweh with all your heart and obey His voice. So when He tells you, keep the Sabbath, or do not steal, do not covet, love your brother, that means you're supposed to do that. Doesn't mean make excuses. Oh, brother, we rehearsing the righteous acts. We can't keep that law right now. Now, some laws you can't keep. Of course, that's a given. And also, if your ox falls in a ditch on the Sabbath, get it out. If you have an extreme emergency. But Yahweh knows your heart. So you can't fool the Most High, and you can't fool us. He knows your heart. You can't try and say, well, this is an emergency right here. I got to do this. Or I can't keep that law. Or I got to go ahead and steal that. I got to go ahead and commit adultery. We just rehearsing. Now, if you were rehearsing, you'd be doing. All right? So Judges chapter 5, verse 11 does not give you a pass for breaking the law. Let's get one more scripture. Our last scripture will be Romans chapter 2, verse 13.
For not the hearers of the law are just before Yahweh, but the doers of the law shall be justified.
Okay? So it's not just the hearers of the law who are justified, but the doers. Not those who make excuses, but the doers. Alright? Are you going to be a hearer or a doer? And some of you need to start off by being a hearer, because some of you aren't even studying the laws. Which is what you should be doing. And you should be teaching them to your family, and teaching them to your children, and talking about them daily. When you rise up, while you're walking, on the highways and byways, you need to be teaching the law. That's what you're commanded to do. And when you study the law and begin to know the law, you need to be obedient. It's not just about putting some fringes on your garment one day out of the week when you go to cuss people out. Alright? It's not just having a beard. Alright? And that's true. You're not supposed to shave the hair on your face. Okay, but there's a lot more to keeping the law. There's 613. Alright, so be a doer of the law, not just a hearer. You got anything? Alright, that's it on that. If anyone has any questions, feel free to comment or contact us. With that, may Yahweh bless your understanding, and we'll say shalom.
Shalom.